Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time for our tale of the tape. And of course, here he is, Alexander Usyk, 6'3" and 198 centimeter reach. He'll square off against smoking Joe Frazier, only 6 feet tall even, 229 pounds, but he hits harder than any man alive.
There's an amazing reach advantage, which you don't actually realize is there until you get popped by that jab. The distance that's created is ridiculous.
Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine. Smoking Joe Frazier, Philadelphia's finest in the heavyweight division. There's no one quite like Smoking Joe.
As soon as the bell goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
And now for the official introductions. We turn it over to the world-renowned Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 4 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, an undisputed cruiserweight world champion, and a unified heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk. Fighting out of the blue corner, the Olympic gold medalist from Beaufort, South Carolina, the Hall of Famer from the golden era of heavyweights, a heavyweight champion of the world, Smoking Joe Frazier.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Words are cheap. It's the action that says it all. We'll find out when the first bell goes.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves, and here we go. And here comes the legend Joe Frazier, Hall of Famer, all-time great. Brilliant hook there. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Don't blink when you're watching Joe Frazier. He's got one-punch knockout power. If you're a counter-puncher, then basically you do the counter-attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
If you're fighting a counter-puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter-punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
This has been a very competitive round between these two. He just gets out of the way of that right uppercut.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Trying to land that jab. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
One round that you lost, don't
And that'll do it for the time between rounds as we get set to get back in the action. They ring the bell, and here we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How about that time counter shot? This fighter brings a barrage of punches. They won't let you breathe. It's like fighting a hornet's nest.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
They got out of the way of that right hook. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it. Not many fighters want to stand and trade with Joe Frazier.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. Well done with that counter shot. Misses with the straight left. It's knockout or bust for... You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Time winding down as we get set for another round. And there's the bell to start the round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Joe Frazier, Olympic gold medalist, world champion. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and Frazier covering up. He's got nowhere to go. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just...
Frazier is in trouble again. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they get into trouble, and that's what he's done right here.
B-Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal. It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough, tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Punch, counter punch. Needs to put some combination. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And that'll do it for the minute break as we get set to get back in the action. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You'd like to see more jabs. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
The straight right just misses. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
He missed with that jab. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, that's about as close as you can get a majority decision win.
Todd, you're all right. We don't see this that often. But when we do, we really remember it. And this is one of those fights. Majority decision, I agree, you agree, the fans agree. Sorry, am I talking for you? All right, that's enough. Okay, you agree.